Mr.
The order. The Honorable Robert, your namesakes.
Yes,
So there is Robert Basil and one is Robert Pukose. The younger Robert, could you relate to us what you are saying with the debt strategy?
You know, Mr. Speaker, I respect my namesake, Honorable Pukose. But what I want to remind him, we are talking of medium-term strategy, and we are talking of public debt management system. So if you talk of wastages, that is part of public debt management. It's within the public debt.
No, what is saying, because the rules say that when a member contributes, they must be relevant. He's
Yes.
asking, how is Harambee contributions relevant to this medium debt strategy? That is the issue.
Yeah, that is why I'm trying to explain to him, because when you see the end of, say, contributing, we are trying to see or to explain, could this money be coming from the public debt? Remember, we borrow money. No, wait a minute.
Yeah, you are out of order. On that, you're completely out of order. Please proceed and prosecute your point.
Yes, what I was trying, the emphasis I was trying to put across, Mr. Speaker, and I think members need to listen to me carefully, because whatever we do is for generations to come, not for now. So when we talk of public debt management system, we need to use our money prudently, because why borrow money at the same time misuse the money? When I talk about budget, our budget is never itemized, for example, Mr. Speaker. And that is why accountability is required. When we talk of recommending public debt management system to be digitized, is to promote accountability and transparency on usage of money borrowed, that is public debt. Mr. Speaker, if you look at countries like Japan, the debt ratio to GDP stands at over 200%. The debt ratio to GDP of countries like the United States stands at 98%. Our debt ratio to GDP is at 68%. But the only challenge we have, the money that we borrow, we never use it prudently. And that is the point I'm trying to underscore to members and to the country at large. Mr. Speaker, as members just mentioned, if you look at IMF, they have put the threshold for borrowing money at 55%. That is a public debt for development or for developing countries at 50%. But ours now, Mr. Speaker, we are recommending over 55%. And I think we need to be careful, Mr. Speaker, otherwise we are going to burden Kenyans with the debt, which will be extremely unacceptable, considering now the cost of living is above the roof, Mr. Speaker. So in a nutshell, what I would recommend going forward, and as a way of prudent use of our resources or public management, we need to invest in production, Mr. Speaker, so that we can generate raw materials and also finished products to mitigate importation and to be able to reverse the balance of trade, which is currently negative, Mr. Speaker. Importantly, Mr. Speaker, we need to have, a proper system within Treasury, like having one account within Treasury, so that we see no loopholes where our resources could actually disappear and cause to increased debt where the money is not accounted for and the Kenyans continue to feel the pinch, Mr. Speaker. So it's not that I'm trying to attack or dilute the discussion by making references to some of the accusations or where Kenyans would be agitated and say, for example, their resources is not prudently being used. And that is the reason why even these austerity measures were called for by the agencies, Mr. Speaker. So with that, I submit, Mr. Speaker.
Thank you. Member for Baringo.
Thank you so much, Mr. Speaker. And once again, I also want to join members who have spoken before me in supporting and wading my thoughts into this medium-term debt management strategy of 2025. Mr. Speaker, this report has come at a very good time, considering that within the period of our elections and now, we are right in the middle of the term. And this, as a report shows the growth that we have so far undertaken through our economy. And the debt, like most members have said, borrowing is not a problem. But the problem is, where do you put the money after borrowing? Because automatically you will end up, pushing yourself and making sure that you're paid back the money you borrowed. In Kenya today, we are grappling on many things, many vices that contribute to wastages, embezzlement of public funds because of lack of proper infrastructures and proper ways of making sure this money is taken care of. And people who handle money, Mr. Speaker, in this case is Treasury, which the report is suggesting that they must, by all means, make sure that they have this single, single source of making sure that all the MPS and all parastatals use one channel to, in their, as a single, I can't see the channel to make sure that they are utilizing the money that is given to them. Mr. Speaker, many times I think we lose and don't understand where exactly is the problem coming from when we say money has been mismanaged. But the people who do this work, specifically Treasury, these are people, and someone told me one day that the people who are actually causing most of the corruption in this country, sometimes people think it's politicians, are the people who sit and draft budget lines and give recommendations on what to be budgeted at the end of the day. And these are the people who decide how much debt is borrowed and where this money goes. And when we take care of that single entry, we will be able to curb most of the problems that we have here today. And the interagency committee, as the report indicated, should be enhanced so that we are able to take care and curb most of the problems and the corruption that is a runaway in most of these ministries. Also, we need to check on the public servants who are career civil servants many times, who have worked in these departments over and over, probably up to 10 years, to 20 years, because there is a possibility of budgeted corruption because of the position they sit. They know how much that is needed, but they are the ones who control the budgets because they know, they draw the budget lines. And this is where, if we, as a National Assembly, we will do our oversight to make sure that this report is acted upon to the latter. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Thank you. Member for Tinderet.